Over 100 women business leaders from Laos attended the Women in Leadership Conference hosted by the Australian Chamber of Commerce in Laos. Austcham President and NEZ Chief Executive Officer to Laos, Anna Green, said it was important that women have the same opportunities as men to become leaders in the workplace, marketplace, and community. The full-day event was opened by Australian Ambassador to Laos John Williams and National Assembly Member and Vice President of the Lao National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Valy Vetsaphong.
Lao PDR economy is growing. The government has a reform agenda, but I know that
the forum showcased filmed case studies of current and future women leaders in Laos and launched the Women in Leadership Declaration.
These days, I think for Laos, it's because women have so much to contribute.
Austcham President and ANZ Chief Executive Officer to Laos, Anna Green, said it was important that women have the same opportunities as men to become leaders in the workplace, marketplace, and community. According to her, we are delighted to be hosting such a quality gathering of women leaders in Laos. The event aims to support and encourage women to be leaders in any field. We have high-quality speakers from both Laos and abroad participating in the event. Anna Green said, adding, we are excited to be launching the Women in Leadership Declaration, which encourages the private sector, government, and international community to support and promote equal opportunities for both men and women and boys and girls.
Today is all about the role that the business community can take in partnership with government to try and address some of those issues, and for women and others, and particularly men as leaders, to stand up and speak out and look at what they can do within their organisations and more globally to try and advance the role of women.
We set up in Australia the ASEAN Council.
The forum was the final event in a series of women leadership events launched by Australian Foreign Minister, the Honourable Julie Bishop, Member of Parliament, and Minister to the Prime Minister's Office, Dr. Suvarnpeng Buphanawong, in July.
Extremely vital and valuable partner.
The forum featured presenters from across the world, including Blackmore's Chief Executive Officer and Australia-ASEAN Council Chair, Ms. Christine Holgate, United States Ambassador to Laos, Ms. Reina Bitter, and Jacqueline Alexis Tung, a leading branding expert and partner at Profit Hong Kong.
So making women's leadership and women's economic empowerment crucial parts of Australia's aid work globally. The philosophy underpinning that is that countries that do better in terms of helping women achieve their full potential and removing cultural and other barriers to women's participation in the economy and to the development of their communities and their countries are going to do much better in terms of their broader prosperity and socio-economic development. And we can see that the potential is here in the Lao PDR. You've done very well in terms of numbers of women creeping into leadership roles in business, in the National Assembly and government. But in terms of women's full participation and women's ability to actually achieve their full potential, I think the Lao PDR has a lot more scope to secure some really important gains.
The event was made possible by a grant from the Australia-ASEAN Council. The council was launched by Ms. Bishop on September 8, 2015 to generate opportunities for Australian business, education, science and innovation, and the arts to work with partners in Southeast Asia.
When I spoke to the Women in Leadership Conference this morning, my emphasis really was about just that, was about the role of men, the very important role of men in advancing women's leadership and economic empowerment, particularly in a country here like the Lao PDR. I used an example in my country of a male champions of change process, a network of very senior male company executives, CEOs, that also over time included more male leaders in politics and government, to look at where the weaknesses were in their organisations and why they had failed to actually encourage and attract enough women to reach their potential as leaders in those organisations, or just to benefit from greater participation and openings for women within their organisations.
The Council's mission is to increase knowledge and promote Australia's interest in Southeast Asia by initiating and supporting activities designed to enhance awareness, understanding, and links between people and institutions in Australia and ASEAN.